For generations, the world of finance has been presented as a bastion of pure rationality. We are taught that financial success stems from logic, from diligent calculation, and from an unwavering commitment to objective analysis. The prevailing wisdom asserts that optimal outcomes are achieved through meticulous strategy. Every investment decision, every budgetary choice, is theoretically the result of careful thought, free from the messy influence of human sentiment. This perspective paints a picture of a financial landscape populated by cold, calculating actors. It assumes a perfect information environment where decisions are always made to maximize utility and minimize risk, all based on observable data. Yet, beneath this veneer of objective analysis lies a powerful, often unseen force. It is a force that frequently dictates choices, overriding even the most carefully constructed rational plans. This hidden influence is emotion. It is a potent determinant in our financial lives, consistently challenging the notion that we are purely logical economic agents. Emotions can, and often do, override logical financial decisions. They introduce unpredictability and bias into our choices, leading us away from what we intellectually know to be the optimal path. Our human brain is not primarily wired for financial prudence. Its fundamental architecture evolved for survival, to react swiftly to threats and opportunities in a far simpler, more dangerous world. This ancient wiring means our emotional responses can hijack rational thinking, especially when money is involved. The complex, abstract nature of finance often triggers these primal instincts inappropriately. Two emotions stand out as particularly potent financial drivers: fear and greed. These are primal forces, deeply embedded in our psychological makeup, and they exert an immense pull on our financial behaviors. Fear, in the financial realm, can trigger panic selling during market downturns. It is the irrational urge to cut losses at any cost, often leading to locking in those losses just before a recovery. Greed, conversely, often manifests as reckless speculation. It fuels the desire for outsized, rapid returns, pushing individuals to take on excessive risk in pursuit of quick wealth, often disregarding clear warning signs. Beyond these basic instincts, marketing and advertising are expertly designed to exploit emotional vulnerabilities. They do not appeal to our intellect, but rather to our deeper, more immediate desires and insecurities. These campaigns tap into aspirations for status, comfort, or belonging, bypassing rational defenses. They create an emotional connection with products or services, making them seem essential rather than merely desirable. The herd mentality is another powerful emotional phenomenon that shapes financial outcomes. It describes the tendency for individuals to follow the actions of a larger group, regardless of their own independent assessment. This collective behavior is driven by a fear of being left out, or a perceived safety in numbers. It contributes significantly to market bubbles, where asset prices become inflated beyond their intrinsic value. Conversely, herd mentality also exacerbates market crashes. When fear takes hold, individuals collectively panic and sell, amplifying downward spirals even when underlying fundamentals remain strong. The allure of instant gratification further erodes our capacity for sound financial judgment. The ease of online shopping and digital payments provides immediate satisfaction, making delayed gratification seem archaic. This constant availability of immediate desire fulfillment diminishes our ability to save for the future. It encourages spending now rather than planning for later, impacting long-term financial stability. Finally, there is the illusion of control. Most of us believe we are firmly in charge of our financial destiny, meticulously weighing options and making deliberate decisions. However, this belief often masks the subtle, pervasive influence of our emotions. We maintain a false sense of security, convincing ourselves that our financial choices are entirely rational, even when they are not. This illusion can be dangerous, as it prevents us from recognizing and addressing the emotional biases that are actively shaping our financial landscape. It fosters an overconfidence that can lead to significant missteps. The impact of emotionally driven financial decisions extends far beyond the immediate transaction. It permeates every aspect of life, often with profound and lasting consequences. Financial stress, frequently a direct result of emotional spending and poor planning, significantly impacts personal relationships. Money arguments are a leading cause of conflict within families. Indeed, financial disagreements are consistently cited as a primary factor in divorce and separation. The emotional toll these disputes take on individuals and families is devastating and widespread. Beyond interpersonal strife, there are visible financial costs that accumulate rapidly. Reckless spending driven by emotion inevitably leads to debt accumulation, from credit card balances to personal loans. This debt burdens individuals and households, diverting resources from productive uses to interest payments. It creates a cycle that can be incredibly difficult to break free from. Furthermore, emotional decisions often lead to missed investment opportunities. Panic selling during downturns or chasing speculative bubbles means failing to capitalize on long-term growth or prudent diversification. These visible costs ultimately contribute to overall financial instability. They erode savings, diminish net worth, and create a precarious financial future for individuals and their dependents. But the consequences are not solely monetary. There are profound, invisible psychological and social costs associated with emotional financial missteps. Increased stress and anxiety are direct outcomes of financial distress. The constant worry about bills, debt, and an uncertain future takes a heavy toll on mental health. This chronic stress can manifest in various ways, impacting physical health, sleep patterns, and overall well-being. It creates a constant undercurrent of unease. Damaged personal relationships, as mentioned, are not just about arguments. They are about broken trust and emotional distance. Financial issues can strain the most resilient of bonds. The cumulative effect is significant emotional strain, not only on the individual, but on their entire support system. It underscores how deeply intertwined our financial and emotional lives truly are. Recognizing that emotions play a significant role in our financial lives is the critical first step. Acknowledging this fundamental truth is essential for making more rational financial choices. It requires a deliberate shift from viewing finance purely as a numbers game to understanding it as a deeply human endeavor. This initial awareness is foundational. Understanding personal biases and vulnerabilities is equally crucial. Each individual has unique emotional triggers and predispositions that influence their financial decisions. Cultivating mindfulness and self-awareness provides powerful tools for navigating these challenges. It involves paying attention to one's thoughts and feelings without judgment. Mindfulness allows us to detach from impulsive emotional responses before they dictate our actions. It creates a space between stimulus and reaction where conscious choice can emerge. This practice enables us to pause and reflect before making financial decisions. Instead of reacting instantly to a market fluctuation or an enticing advertisement, we can take a moment to evaluate. Recognizing the inherent limitations of pure rationality in financial planning is also vital. The world is complex and unpredictable, and no amount of analysis can account for every variable. Life's inherent unpredictability requires flexibility and adaptability in financial plans. Rigid adherence to a purely logical but outdated strategy can be just as detrimental as impulsive emotional choices. It means building in buffers, considering various scenarios, and accepting that perfect foresight is impossible. Our plans must be resilient enough to bend without breaking when the unexpected occurs. This realistic perspective helps us to integrate emotional intelligence into our financial approach, rather than fighting against it. It's about working with our human nature, not against it. The cumulative effect of emotional financial decisions has profound long-term implications. These choices shape our financial future in ways that extend for decades. They directly impact our ability to fund a comfortable retirement, determining the quality of our later years. Emotional spending today can directly undermine security tomorrow. Similarly, our capacity to provide for our family, to fund education, healthcare, and other essential needs is heavily influenced by how we manage our emotions around money. Ultimately, these emotional influences determine our overall quality of life and our sense of financial security. They dictate whether we live with peace of mind or perpetual anxiety. Financial success, therefore, is not solely about intellectual prowess or technical skill. It is not just about understanding complex market models or economic theories. Equally important, if not more so, is emotional intelligence. This involves the ability to understand, manage, and leverage our own emotions and those of others in financial contexts. Cultivating a conscious approach to money is a significant challenge in our modern world. We are constantly bombarded with stimuli designed to encourage instant gratification and impulsive spending. Yet, this conscious cultivation of deliberate financial habits is essential. It requires discipline, self-awareness, and a commitment to long-term well-being over short-term desire. Understanding and managing our emotions is not merely an auxiliary skill in finance. It is central to it. It is the key to truly taking control of our financial destinies. By acknowledging the pervasive influence of emotion, and by actively developing strategies to navigate it, we can move beyond simply reacting to market forces. We can become intentional, thoughtful stewards of our own wealth.